recording. This is week 3 of our Esther journey. And well, I'm going to make sure that the right screen is available to share the slides. Once again, today we have not extraordinarily many new content slides, but a good chunk of practice that we get to engage in after we get through it all. And actually, today we'll see one substantive difference between Jack's version of this and Jacobson's that I just choose, and I penciled it in one place and it's not in the others, but you'll get it. So let's begin at the beginning. A very good place to start. And just like last week, I'll give each of you a chance to take us through the stuff that we've learned. And I'm here as your safety net. If you forget something, it's okay. And I'll fill in the blanks of the stuff that we haven't studied. And who would like to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
That means I get to choose the key.
Yeah.
Mapach pashta. How far do I go?
Go until you can't go, and then I'll fill in the blanks.
Okay. Mapach pashta. Munach zakif katon. Merchatipcha. Munachet nachta.
Kadma v'geresh munach revia.
Darga devir. Merchatipcha. Merchatilu.
Very good. Well done. Thank you. Becky, would you like to give it a whirl?
I'll try. Mapach pashta, munach zakef. Merchatipcha. Oh gosh, I'm confusing all the merchatipchas that I know.
There's so many of them. So this one is a note-to-note connection with your zakef, munach zakef, and then it starts there and then jumps up.
Merchatipcha, munach et nachta.
Padma v'geresh munach revia.
Darga tevir. Tevir. Merchatipcha. Merchasiluk.
Good. Good.
Is that was that siluk correct?
Well, I could clarify.
Merchasiluk. It should have been higher. Yes.
Wasn't sure. It was a little ambiguous to my ear, so.
Merchasiluk.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was spot on. Very, very good.
Yeah.
See, it's actually very warm in this room, huh? Especially
I'll take
now
your
that I have
sweater.
a kitty on my lap. All right, good. So
What's your
Becky,
cat's name?
this is Willoughby.
Willoughby.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't see Willoughby.
I saw his tail.
There she is. And the dog is under my chair.
Aw.
So I'm an animal sandwich, as so often happens here. Becky, snap on the Munach et Nachta. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So today we're going to meet these friends, Kadma Vageresh and Munach Ravia. So in we go. And there it is. Ravia, unsurprisingly, has a very similar shape to all other Raviot. And Ravia. We just walk down, instead of 4 steps, which it sometimes is, we walk down 5 steps. Revia. And the munach that comes before it, munach revia. So we ultimately span a whole octave, which happens a lot in this trope.
It's interesting. I always figured that a munach was something that kind of sews things together. But this munach, it doesn't sew into revia. It's very munach, and then you have to go down. It's not even going down to the beginning note of the munach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Munach, revia, revia.
Yeah, that's a really good observation. That's the thing about Esther. It sort of takes all the conventions of trope and pulls them apart at the seams. Because you're
Yeah.
right, usually Munach like brings us to the starting note of the next thing or is just another pickup note or two. And in this case, especially, it can be anywhere. I mean, it's not totally random, but there
Right.
is this. I often think of like jester hats and Esther. The sort of that type of comedy, and the music really expresses that, like Mona Revi,
Yeah.
just things popping out all over the place. Yeah. All right. So let's try these examples. The first are just Revia, and then we have a few with Mona. So Vaihto, who'd like to take that one? Okay, Becky.
Vayichtov.
Good. Vashti, Sharon.
Vashti.
Very
Is
nice.
that right? Vashti.
Yes. Yeah. Where the dark.
Looking at the rhythm,
Mhm.
I the first time I did it, Vashti, but I think I did a little different the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I mean, the rhythm is more a sketch. It's like
Yeah.
reading jazz notation, of course. And it might also feel mildly uncomfortable because when we're speaking colloquially about this, we usually say Vashti.
Yeah.
Queen Vashti.
Exactly.
It's Vashti.
Vashti.
So that
Yeah.
might feel a little bit awkward. Yeah. Um, all right, Becky, you want to take Paras u Marai? Madai, sorry.
Madai.
Mhm.
Pas umadai.
Great. And Sharon, Hayamim Ha'ele.
Hayamim ha'ele. Can I do that
Yeah.
again?
Yep.
Hayamim ha'ele.
Exactly. Ein Esther.
En Esther.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. Vayomer Memuchan.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Good. You guys are pros. It's great. All right. Um, so this sequence can be preceded also by Darga. Darga. That doesn't change, thank God. Darga Munach Revia. So the Munach very much echoes the Darga. And ultimately we have the same shape. Yai, dai, dai, yai, dai, dai. So that's something you can sort of latch onto orally. So let's each just do that with the trope name. Tarka Munach Revia.
Daga munach revia.
Yeah, yeah. Good.
Darka Munavia.
Great. Yeah. Chamesh Me'ot Ish, who would like to take that?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Chamesh meot ish.
Yes, that's right. Ve'im matzati chen lefanav, Becky.
Vaimatsati chen lefanav.
Great. You keep winning the single syllable munach words,
And
and you're nailing them. Great. And Sharon,
I'm listening. Yavo Hamelech Vehaman. Sorry, I was like, my mind was looking in different. Boo.
Kitty, where's your grogger? You have to grog at home. Dog is licking her collar. All right. Good. Any questions on this before we move on?
Yep.
Okay.
Want to do it one more time?
Sure. Always welcome.
What's in the background? These are just Israeli pictures.
And me? No, that's a wall mirror with the reflection of this window that's in front of me and a couple of jewelry hangers.
I mean in the slide.
Oh, and the
itself.
slide. Ah, got it. Yeah, I looked for like desert castles image, so I'm not even sure where that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering if it was Persian.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like I don't see any jewelry.
I thought, what's in my bag?
This looks like the same Le Gourmet as for Torah Trope.
Bingo.
Aha.
It's
Le
Lisha too, right?
Yes, and Talisha. Talisha. Le Gourmet. Yep. So thankfully, it's a familiar thing. And pop quiz, pop reminder quiz. How do we recognize Le Gourmet versus Munach?
Is it the line between the Le Gourmet and the next word?
Yes, and something else.
It's always followed by another munach.
Not necessarily another Munach, but it's always followed by, well, actually, yeah, you're right. Munach Revia specifically.
Okay.
So you sometimes might have a Munach with a pasek followed by something else, in which case it's actually just a Munach with a pasek. And my favorite example of that is from the High Holy Days Akedah reading. Avraham, Avraham. Yeah, because we have Munach et Nachta. I just chanted it in regular Shabbos weekday Torah trope, but it comes up there too. And normally a Munach et Nachta you would slide right on through, but there, they really brought out the drama with that pasek. Yeah. So yeah, Le Gourmet. Just for fun, even though this is a really familiar figure, let's have you guys chant through these examples and then chant through the, practice how it connects to the Munach Revia. So who wants to start? And you can trade off.
I will mitot
Nikalu
chel
ba'erev.
Yes. And Becky, why don't you continue since that was your word, and then
Okay.
oh, and there you have it once again.
No,
The
Sharon
single
should get
syllable.
this.
Can I try?
Sure, yeah, Sharon. We'll give it to you, Sharon.
Yes. Va'erev hi
Yeah.
I had to think about what the starting note.
Yep.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, I mean it's so crazy. Ba'erev hi va'a.
Yeah.
Boing. So Becky, achar hadvarim.
אחר הדברים האלה.
Good. Uva boker, sorry.
Uvaboker. I'm forgetting the note. Is it Emor?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Uvaboker. Emor. Lamele.
good. Yeah, so that basically outlines a major chord. Ya-da-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ya-da-da-da.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarity. That helps.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Dum,
Um,
dum, da, da, dum.
yeah. And Becky Nikalu.
ניקהלו ועמוד על נפשם.
Good. Very good. All right. Cruising.
Yeah, what you said just made a huge difference. Oh, yeah, I can do it now.
Hmm. I love those
It,
little things, and like they do, they make a huge difference.
mhm.
Yeah, good. I'm glad that was helpful.
I love how the trope really fits the drama, you know? ניקהלו ועמוד על נפשם.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Great.
it is great. It's really, I mean, you can tell they had fun with this one.
Uh-huh.
I
Mhm.
mean, all of them. Not all of them are like fun, but the thought and intention and connectivity, like emotional relevance that went into all of this is like when I actually take a moment to think about it, like I am right now, is really deeply moving. And it's kind of fun to think about whoever, you know, whatever group of dudes with beards sitting around, like coming up with this and laughing and maybe drinking wine together. And, it's a fantasy, but it's a nice fantasy.
Mhm.
It sounds like they had fun doing this. They with a capital T. All right.
Yeah.
So here, this little note is actually I can't believe how precise it looks, but that is my scriblature in there. Um, as you'll see from the following slides, um, Jacobson just has these three notes. La, la, la. So,
Mhm.
Kadma Begeresh. Yeah, I'll do it one more time. Kadma Begeresh. And
Mhm.
let's just try a couple of those.
Can I try just the name
Hmm.
of the trope?
Definitely.
Kadma Lagesh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's high
Sharon,
for me.
you know what? Becky, uh, what I heard actually is as you approached it, you like prepared yourself, and there was
Mhm.
this spaciousness that you made. There's a spaciousness that we need to make like almost behind our neck as we sing, and particularly as we expand into the places that ooh feel high. And that works in conjunction with really engaging, like opening and engaging the low abdominal musculature. And so, and the way we make this space, there's a lot of natural cues that things that we do all the time without thinking about it. One is sneezing. So if you imagine like you're gonna sneeze and you feel that, it's almost like a pontoon puffs out behind your neck, right? And you can hear all that space. My sinuses are like poof, wide open. My soft palate is elevated. There's all this resonating space inside. And the cavity of the mouth can open a little bit. We don't need to because that causes tension too, but the cavity of the mouth is part of the resonating chamber. And when we breathe in, easier said than done for a panoply of reasons. To release the abdominal wall so that things can expand, the lungs can actually expand, and the diaphragm can actually go down. There's this terrible misnomer out there that when we sing, we breathe with our diaphragm. Like, no, the
Mm.
diaphragm goes along for the ride because we're good enough to like release the abdominal wall so that it can actually go down like it wants to when the lungs expand. Uh, and then we engage that musculature so that we're not engaging here when we get scared because it's high, right? So you have those notes just fine. They came sailing out. And you prepared yourself really well. So, like, now I've just given you a couple of tips at how you can consciously, on purposely, prepare yourself when it's going to get a little bit out of your usual comfort zone, like out of speech range.
It
I know.
happens to me. It happens to me a lot when I start Eitz Chaim P in the Torah service,
Mm.
and oh, I forgot. Yeah, that's when I do all of that. What you just said.
Yep. Sneeze. Kaddish. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that you
Thanks.
gotta think really carefully before you start in with Eitz Chaim.
Right, and I know it by the time I say he. It's like, dang, I started too high.
It's funny, in our congregation, we have almost a communal muscle memory of like where to pitch that so that
Right,
it
right.
works. And the rabbi and I have like, similar happy ranges, him and his
That's
baritone
nice.
range and me and my sort of
Right.
mezzo-ish range. And it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I write all over my prayer book. Start low. Start on an E. Start on middle C.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have
Because
like
that.
little tiny staves with notes, like one or two notes. You're all over the place.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Anyway, we're
well,
getting off
Becky,
Esther.
having gone through that little thing, do you want to try it again, knowing what you know now and like taking a sneeze?
Sure.
Yawning is another cue. Laughing. Oh my God. Moving.
Mhm.
Laugh posture is a thing. They all activate that poof.
All right, let me give it a try.
Sure.
Kadmavaget. No, sorry, I'm totally off now because I'm thinking too. I'm overthinking. Kadmavaget. No,
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
that was right.
Yep.
Kadmavaget.
Yeah. How'd it feel?
Better,
Good.
but I had to get out of overthinking it.
Yeah. Well, that'll
Yeah.
happen. Like when you engage something new, there's a lot of attention that goes to that thing, and the other thing kind of falls off the cliff for a minute, but um, they'll come into alignment, and I think quickly for you. I think they will. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And we don't have much of a choice because mapach is going to be at the low end of your range.
Hmm.
And garish, it's just a wide ranging trope.
Yeah, it is. It's rangy.
Mapach.
I keep trying. I always keep in mind cousin Jack's duh.
Duh
You
is like that is a great gift to the
Ooh.
singing world.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Mm.
Is a particularly weird vowel. He actually yelled at me about for about 3 or 4 years. Um, and I finally feel like I most of the time hit my stride with it. But the way that we have to form vowels when we're singing, and in particular when we're singing higher, sounds and feels weird internally and
Hmm.
bears zero resemblance to what outside ears are hearing. When you
Mm.
sing Garash, everyone hears Garash, but it feels inside like, it feels and sounds weird because we don't hear what's happening. Like we hear something out other, locked in it version because we're like our ears are literally stuck inside the resonating chamber.
Right.
You know, I will never, ever, ever know what other people hear when they hear me sing because the recording can't tell me either. Yeah,
Not the same.
yeah,
No.
that's right. All right. So are we ready to try a few with other text?
Hmm.
Okay. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Now, I do have a little question about where the notes go. I look at this and I think it should be Asher lo tavo, but I'm not sure if that's correct with the lo. Asher lo tavo.
Yeah.
How would
So technically speaking, Kadma is the musical figure. So Asher, like you did,
right? And then
Lotavo, and this is
tavo.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Good question. And sometimes elisions will happen in Kadma Vageresh, but that's not one of them. All right, Becky, V'hayom hazeh?
V'hayom hazeh.
Good, very good. Vaya'as hamelech.
Vayas Amelech.
Yes, yep. And then here's what happened. Here's a couple of examples for elisions, and how that works is the first note of Geresh, the V, that sort of spurious, fictitious note that we have to add, gets attached to the Kadma word.
Mhm. Let me try.
Yeah.
Asar chodesh. Oh God, I can't hit that F. Asar chodesh.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Another trick, um, once you're going to that note, it's
Mhm.
already too late to plan for it.
Mm.
You have to plan for it when you breathe to start the phrase. So you breathe into the space that you need to accommodate your highest note and even a little higher, so that it's just there. You just drop it in. So you're already thinking, ah, when you're breathing for Asar, Asar Chodesh. I didn't have to do anything special at all except plan well ahead.
Let me try.
Mhm.
Asar chodesh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I could already see like your mouth didn't have to do anything special, like you were very still because it's all already there.
Mm.
It's very cool. So, like singing is very much a physical activity. There's a lot of, you know, physical athleticism that goes into it for sure.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the really most exhausting part of the stamina involved in singing is mental. It is
Mm.
holding all of that, like knowing where you're going, preparing your body with your mind to accommodate what it is going to have to do, because body knows, but you have to think the thought and create the kavanah for the body to then be like, oh, I know what to do with that.
Mhm. Mhm.
My teacher and I joke about the guys in the engine room, like they know what to do, they're doing the thing, but they need the order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Sharon, Vayomru.
Okay. So the schwa under the mem is not pronounced then.
That's right.
It's not vayom moru. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Vayom ru.
Yeah, and that's um, how that divides with the Kadma Garish. Good, very good. Yeah, you
Mhm.
guys are pros. I love it. I really love. I've said this before, but I'll repeat it. Um, one of the things that I love about teaching this series is watching the principles catch on. and like solidify and getting to that point where I don't have to explain the whole thing like step by step because you guys got it. Love it. Not that I ever mind explaining anything step by step. Don't ever think that for a second. It's just fun to watch people grow.
Mhm.
My favorite activity. All right, enough. So here you can see the garish redux, um, but I love that additional note. You're welcome to lose
Mhm.
it if you like, but I recommend keeping it.
I'm penciling it into my book.
Okay.
Mhm. It makes it sound better. I think it does.
Yeah, I think it elevates it too. It's like just a little more sparkly.
And it sounds more like the Kadma Azla that we're used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I need to get a tissue. Be
Okay.
right back. I can hear you too.
It also bears a stronger resemblance to the Echa Geresh, um, which is
Mm.
not exactly the same as this, but it's the that they then end up being identical, which is kind of cool.
Was
Kind of,
that a D?
yes.
D. Okay.
So, and then this is our usual conjunctive stacking order. Talisha can precede Kadma, and Munach can precede Talisha. And there it is, Talisha sounding exactly like Le Garme.
Mhm.
Talisha, Kadma. And there's that broken up major chord. Talisha, Kadma, V'geresh. I mean, it's
And
just,
there's an octave again.
yep. And just like get your trombone out, right? Bum, 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 You have to move the slide. It's just all right there.
So the difference between the Talisha and the Lagarme would be that the Lagarme is separated really more and Talisha is more attached.
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Talisha Kadma V'geresh. Anybody want to try that with the trope names?
Talisha Kadma V'geresh.
Talisha Kadma Vakeresh.
Beautiful. Very, very nice. Good. All right, let's go through these Talisha Kadma Gerish phrases. Asher Lakachlo. Who would like to start? Sharon, why don't you start here?
Okay. Asher lekach lo levad.
Yes. Vatikra Esther. Becky.
Vatikra Esther Lachatach.
Good. Tov Na'ara. Sharon.
Tor nara nara v'na'ara.
Vayomer HaMelech. Becky.
Vayomer HaMelech Laster.
Good. Good. And then Monach does the expected thing here and just adds pickup notes to the Talisha. Monach, Talisha, Kadma V'geresh, and so on. So Sharon, I think we're at you. Hipil Pur.
Hipil pur hagora.
One thing to refine here
Mhm.
with the single syllable on Kadma, we're going to skip that pickup
Yeah.
note. Yeah.
You see, I didn't get as much practice as you, Becky. Pipil pu pu. Okay, so it doesn't drop down, or it's
It will drop down.
pu.
Yeah.
Okay. Pu pu hagora.
Yes. Yep. Good. And if you happen to elide it like that, "Hoo hagora," no one will kick you off the bima.
Okay, because I probably would do that.
Yeah,
So
I very likely would too. So that's
okay,
like one of those nitpicky details where
yes,
it might make more sense to just go, "Hoo hagora," Yeah. It's good to know your choices.
yes.
All right. L'chol ha'am, Becky.
לכל העם הנמצאים בשושן הבירה.
Yeah, I love this. This is a great example of like you can take as many pickup notes as you want. לכל העם
Yes.
הנמצאים. Galalalala. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. ותאמר לו, Sharon.
ותאמר לו שרה אשתו.
Good. And yeah, just for bonus, you got
I got a second one
you
with
got
the
that
elision.
one. Yeah. Good. So I think if I'm not mistaken, our next slide is, yes, it is. I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna pause the recording. Recording. Yay. Love when I remember. This has happened a couple of times that I have forgotten to resume the recording, and it's such a bummer. Um,
Yeah.
all right, so we have a bunch of yummy verses to play with. And I need to move y'all's pictures down here so I can see the top one, get fullness. All right, these are pretty long. Let's see how
Mm-hmm.
we want to divide them. Um, it's pretty even. The et nachta phrase and the siluk phrase are pretty even as far as numbers of words, approximately. So, who wants the et nachta phrase and who wants the siluk phrase?
I'll pick the at Nakta phrase.
Okay,
All
Becky,
right.
and you'll pick up at Vahana. So we'll do our usual procedure, just speak through the Hebrew, and do it sequentially. So, we'll hear the whole verse as is,
Mm-hmm.
but with two different voices, and then chant through with the trope names, and then put it all together.
Okay. Vayehi omen et hadasa ki Esther bat dodo ki en la av va'em.
והנערה יפת תואר וטובת מראה, ובמות אביה ואמה לקחה מרדכי לא לבד.
Great, thank you. Right, and now chanting the trope only.
Kadma v'geresh rivi mapa pashta katon tivir merchativcha munachet nafta, or is this munafta?
Something like that. Nach et nachta. Yeah.
It would be okay.
Mhm.
מהפך פשטה,
Mapa
מונח,
pashta. Sorry.
מונח פשטה, לא, מהפך פשטה, מונח קטון, מהפך פשטה, רבייה,
Not
דקה.
Revia. Sorry, it's not Revia. It's uh,
Oh, right, right. Okay, I see it. It's הפך פשטה, קטון, Daga Tavir. Mhm. Pashta Silu. Pashta Silu. Isn't this funny Siluk with the extra B in it?
Yeah, Tibachasi.
Silu.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember how it went, but I knew it was a weird one.
yeah. Sharon, can you mute if you're gonna hum to yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sure,
Thank you.
sure.
Oh, that's okay.
All right.
Tipacha Silu.
Yeah, good. Sharon, I had one note for you on your revia. I think it started higher than it needed to. Godmother Geresh Revia. I mean, this is Esther. Ya la la, ya la la la. Like, oops, there was a step there.
All right. I'm gonna have to go back and review that. Okay, it's without the munach, I guess.
Yeah.
ויהי הומן את הדסה, or
Ah,
את
that's it.
הדסה,
Yes.
right? מה, כי אסתר בת דודו, כי אין לה אב ואם.
Good. I'm actually going to backtrack a little bit. You have a lot of these single syllable words, and you
Mm-hmm.
keep wanting to use the pickup note, and
Yes.
it just needs to go away. Um,
So
so
from
it came up
he,
here. He Esther.
yeah,
He Ain. Um,
en la. Is that how it would be?
yep. And then I think you did this.
Ava, ava en.
Yeah. So why don't you go back and start at the beginning and keeping those in mind. So
All right.
again, we
Yep.
don't get our
Okay.
full fanfare here. We just have to skip up.
All right. I'm gonna mess up, but you'll keep me. Uh,
Keep you in line.
yes. Thank you. Vayehi omer. I do it too. Oh, vayehi omer et hadasa. And then this is just he.
Yes.
Okay. He Esther Batodo. Ki en la ava ava en.
Yes. Okay, Becky,
Not
proceed.
not fluent yet.
והנערה יפתה וטובת מראה, ובמות אביה ואמה לקחה מרדכי לא לבד.
Good. Good, good, good.
Almost.
I'm going to refine it a little bit for you, Becky. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I think it's going to be, surprise, a little bit about slowing down for you and just taking a little more time to process what's coming before you do it. Um, I'm going to back up to here. La ava em. And then to really get all the way down. V'hana'ara yifat to'ar. So we want that full, in this case, we have enough syllables. V'hana'ara yifat to'ar. V'tovat. And then back down all the way again. To'ar. V'tovat mar'eh. Uvmot aviha. Ve'ima lekacha Mordechai. You nailed the tevir and the tifcha lo levat. So try that again. Just wicked slow it down. Here, that's the thing about singing. Like I said, that mental stamina. We have to be hearing everything so clearly before we go about and activating our bodies to do it.
והנערה יפת תואר וטובת מראה, ובמות אביה ואמה
I'm going to stop
לקחה
you there. I'm going to stop you there. Aviha ve'ima.
אביה ואמה לקחה מרדכי לא לבד.
Yeah. Yeah, it made a huge difference. And you won't have to do it that slowly forever, but slowing down is how we integrate stuff ultimately until it does start to just roll out. Cool. Thank you for playing along. All right. So here we have again a couple of highlighted words which we haven't studied together yet, so I'll take them. Pazer is fun, you'll like it. Um, it's, fancy like other Pazers, but not exactly the same. There are a lot of crossover in Pazerim between trope systems, and this one it's unique. It's very cool. So I'll take Pazer. Um, Becky, why don't you take the Metnachta phrase this time, which ends where? Here it is, through Merukehen. And Sharon, you can take the Siluk. So we'll do the Ivrit. Uvhagia.
תור נערה ונערה לבוא אל המלך אחשורוש, מקץ היות לה כדת הנשים 12 חודש, כי כן ימלאו ימי מרוקיהן.
You're muted, Sharon.
Sharon, you're muted.
And I thought I was being so smooth. Shisha Chadashim B'Shemen Chamor B'Shisha Chadashim Babsamim Uvtamruke Chanashim.
Great. One pronunciation note, Chodashim.
Chodashim.
When we
Okay.
have the
Right. With
off
it.
kamats, it's shortened.
Right.
Yep,
Thank you.
sure thing. All right. So I'll start us off with Pazer. Pazer.
תלישה קדמה וגרש לגמי מונח רבייה. תלישה קדמה וגרש מהפך פשטה.
Mapach pashta.
מהפך פשטה מונח זקף. תלישה
Tavir.
Tavir, right.
Tavir.
I'm Tavir.
Wait a second. Wait a sec. Tavir.
Tavir. מאכל טיפך מונחת נחתה.
Woo! Yes.
Tavir. Yes.
Okay. Mapach pashta munach katon. Mapach pashta katon. Sipcha tilu.
Good. Good.
I got the easy one.
Everyone gets the easy one here and there. All right, I'll start us off. Uvhagia.
Tor נערה ונערה לבוא אל המלך, אל המלך
So
אחשורוש.
sorry, it's a little bit higher. Lavo el hamelech. It's that broken up chord thing.
Right. לבוא אל המלך
And
אחשורוש.
then the Revia starts, we drop way down. El
Ah,
hamelech Achashverosh.
that's right. This is all right.
It's kooky. It's
Let
kooky.
me let me start again.
Absolutely.
Toy na'arav na'ara lavo el hamelech
Achashverosh.
Achashverosh miketz heyot la kedat hanashim shnem asar chodesh
Asar Chodesh.
חודש, 12 חודש, כי כן ימלאו ימי מרוכיהן.
Yes. Yeah. One little thing on your Geresh.
Right.
Geresh. Yeah.
Yes.
Just complete that
Father,
descent.
yes.
Yep. Good. All right, Sharon, finish it off.
שישה חודשים בשמן חמור, ושישה חודשים בבשמים, ובתמרוקי הנשים.
Yeah. Yes. Woo. I can like
Uh,
feel my own brain like just processing and processing. It's a lot to process. It is.
At least I'm getting the Mirachat Tipchat Nachta correct this time.
Yes.
Just a moment. I need to talk with my son here.
Okay, shorter. Hmm. All right. Where is our
that Zakef is the one that sounds like Dargah, but without the extra notes, right? Zakef.
Zak Zakef?
Oh, okay. So that was something else that I was thinking of. Oh, I was thinking Mercha.
This is a
Mercha.
um I'm second guessing myself all of a sudden on the Zakef. So give me a moment.
Zakef. Page 171.
Thank you. Yeah. It's like when things get automatic, you suddenly
Mm-hmm.
think you're doing it wrong because it's like
Yep, yep.
I struggled to find Zakef for like several years because Esther only rolls around once a year, so I had to really
Mm-hmm.
review every year. And so right now that it's more automatically there, it's like, oh, it can't be right.
Right.
I was
I
doing
imagine teaching it really helps too.
oh
Just kind of, yeah.
big time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so much repetition. It's great. Um,
The, yeah, the repetition helps, but I feel like I'm always a week or two behind in what I'm doing, you know?
well, yeah, I mean, uh, that's that's probably about right for the students, right? For me, the repetition is reinforcement. For you, it's learning from scratch. And so, yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
By the way, I might my son works at a supermarket and they want him to come in today.
Oh, fun.
I might have to leave early to help with digging out the car.
Okay. Well, we're not going to be going until all the way three. I'm sure of it. We have two more verses, and then I will bid you farewell. And if you even need to leave before that, you know I understand.
Okay.
Thou who sat for 20 minutes while I went and brought my daughter her coat. Okay. So this pasuk is very, very, very unevenly divided. So let's have someone take through Kol Asher Tomar, and then someone pick up with the Mapach. Uh,
What, since Becky, you had the hard part last
Becky
time, why
had the
don't I
heavy
take it?
lifting last time, so yeah,
You really did.
you can come in at the Mapach and finish it off, and Sharon, you can lead us in.
Okay. First, I had to make sure I wasn't muted. Uvazeh hanara hanara. I can't tell where the vowel is.
Yeah, Hana'ara.
It is okay. And there's nothing under the resh. That's what confused me.
What it
Okay.
is, it's a mess. So it's a uh, uh, sorry, patach under the ayin and a kamatz under the resh. It has to share the resh with the.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you. I knew something was up. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to start again. Uvazeh hana'ara ba'a el hamelech et kol asher tomar.
Okay.
And then I stop there, right?
ונתן לה לבוא עמה מבית הנשים עד בית המלך.
Okay.
Is that v'naten or v'natan? It's hard to
It's
see.
Yi Naten. It's a mess.
Yinaten.
Yeah.
Yinaten. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yinaten.
Okay.
All right. Trop alone.
Zakeh sipcha munachet nafta tmisha kadma v'geresh.
Mapach
Mapa.
pashta. Mapach pashta. Munach zakev. Mercha tipcha. Tipcha. Mercha.
Mecha tipcha.
Mercha tipcha. Mercha silu.
Mecha silu. That one keeps climbing.
Mapach pashta. Munach katon. Mercha tipcha. Mercha silu.
Yes, 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 yes. Good. All right, Sharon, uvazeh.
Uvazeh hanara ba'a el hamelech et kol asher tomar.
Yinaten la. Oh,
Yinaten. Or I think it's Yinaten.
Yinaten.
And
Yinaten la.
la, it just goes straight up.
La.
Unlike
That's
other
it.
pasha.
Yin,
Yinaten la. Yeah.
Yinaten la. Lavo ima. Mi beit hanashim. Ad beit hamelech.
Good, good. I'm going to bring you back to the connection between Zakef and Tibcha. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Avo ima, stay there, mi beit hanashim. It's much simpler. It's actually much simpler than you want to make it. This is one of the connections that actually is simple.
Okay.
Lavo ima mi beit hanashim ad beit hamelech. That's actually, it's probably like that thing that I was just talking about, finding my zakef and thinking I was wrong because it came easily. It's like, it's actually simple. It's not the sort of disjointed part of Esther. Uh, it just flows through. So go
Could
from lavo ima.
לבוא עמה מבית הנשים עד בית המלך.
Yeah, yeah,
Could we do that verse again? Would you
totally.
be willing,
Of
Sharon?
course.
The whole verse, so starting with the Zarka.
Mhm.
Okay. ובזה אנא ארא בער אל המלך את כל אשר תאמר.
יינתן לה לבוא עמה מבית הנשים. Oh gosh, I
So,
keep thinking I have it and then I completely lose it.
so
Ay,
the key is don't move notes. Imami.
מבית הנשים עד בית המלך.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yep.
mm,
So
mm,
last week you worked a boatload on Merchativcha Munach et Nachta, right? So this week,
mm,
make this your pet project. Munach Sakesh Merchativcha. Like just that little
לבוא
chunk.
עמה מבית הנשים.
Yeah.
I will. I will.
All right. Yeah, that's your special project. And you'll do it. Do you have to go dig out?
No, his managers just said she'd take him off the schedule for today.
Aw,
Yeah.
yay. Thank you,
That's
manager.
a good, everybody is happy for me. I don't know for you, you lose a day's salary, but okay.
I am very tired, so I don't care about that right now.
Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Mm.
All right. Okay. So here we have a couple of highlighters again, and I'll take those. Um, and where is our etnachta? There it is. The etnachta
Mm.
phrase is long. Once again, I propose we split this into three, and I'll take. I'm going to take the beginning. You guys can like get some of this through hearing, like listening again. So I'll go through the Gershaim, and then someone can pick up with El Beit Hanashim through the Etnachta, and then someone can take it through the end.
Which one do you want, Becky?
Oh dear. Let me take the second half because it has a zakef munach. Well, it's not exactly the same, but
Okay.
yeah.
So
Okay,
you'll start at Lo Tavo.
Lotavo. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
great. All right. Ba'erev hiva'ah uvaboker hishava.
El Beit Hanashim Shnei El Yad Sha'ar Gaz Serim Hamelech Seris Hamelech Shomer Hapilagshim.
לא תבוא עוד אל המלך, כי אם חפץ בה המלך, ונקרא בשם.
Nice. All right. Legarme munach revia tilisha hishava. Oh,
All
sorry. I
right.
was
So
supposed to just do trope, and I started doing that, and then I switched
that's
over.
okay. I
I'm
can.
gonna
I
rewind and
can.
do it again.
Mhm.
Okay.
Legarme monach revia tilisha monach gershaim.
Mapach Pashta Katon Darga Tevir Mechatipcha Munachet Nafta
מהפך פשטה קטון, מונח מרחב, תביא פשטה, מרחב סילוק.
All right, good. So much of that was in the pocket, and you triumphantly brought that right home. Merchasiluk. This is a little
Yeah.
it's the merchata thing. Merchata. So it's simpler than mapach. Oh, you sang a perfect mapach pashta. It's just not what it is. It's merchata. Merchata katon. And then this, um, sometimes because of what happens is depending on how many accents are between the accent of the conjunctive and the tevir, um, when it's so close like that, we get mercha instead of darga.
Mhm.
So mercha tevi, and then the munach before it is munach mercha tevir. So to review that, because we haven't visited that in, you know, 3 years, 2 weeks ago. Munach mercha tevir tipcha. So let's just try that again. Merchata.
מרחתה זקף, מונח מרחב,
Mercha tevir.
תביא טיפחה, מרחב סילוק.
Yeah. Yes. Good. All right. So let's do it as written. Va'erev hiva'a uvaboker ishafa.
El Beit Hanashim Shni El Yad Sha'ashkar Zerif HaMelech Shomer HaPilakshi Shomer HaPilakshi. Sorry, keep switching.
לא תבוא עוד אל המלך, כי אם
Im
חפץ, כי, או,
chafetz.
כי אם חפץ בא המלך, ונקרא בשם,
Yes.
ונקרא בשם,
V'nikra
right,
v'ashem. Yeah. Yep.
ונקרא
Great.
בשם.
All right, everybody, deep cleansing breath. That is so much work. That's a lot of push-ups that everybody just did.
It was great.
So you're going to
Mm.
be sore for a little bit and then you'll be wicked strong.
Give me the strength to clean the driveway. And I absolutely have to.
I love so much, like, at about this point in the afternoon, after, I'm at a thinking job now. I just spend so much of my day thinking, like really hard. One of my favorite things around this time of day is to go do the dishes.
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
Oh my God, I love when there's some dishes to come back to at like 3:30,
Mm.
4. It's the best. So yeah, shovel, chop wood,
Yeah.
carry water.
Mhm.
Time for
Mhm.
processing.
Yeah,
It's very important processing.
yes it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Laundry.
mhm.
Mm.
Sweep the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm.
I refer to the steep method when it comes to learning music, as in steeping tea.
Mm.
Like we did all this, the tea bag is in there, just let it steep for a while. It'll get yummy.
What I like to do is
Mm.
before I go to bed tonight, before I sleep, to go over it one more time. And so it's fresh in my brain. Then I go to sleep and it goes somewhere. It's not lost. It goes somewhere. I often will tell my students, go home and practice after your lesson. Just kind of just make sure you can do it on your own.
Mhm.
And then go to sleep and then take it back out the next time you get a chance. And you won't have to start from scratch. It'll be there.
The steep method, the sleep method, it works.
It
Yeah.
all works.
If I actually practiced every day, that would probably help too.
It does. Yeah.
Um,
And it again,
mm.
I was taught it's not so much duration as frequency. Frequency
Mm.
Mhm.
is way more important than duration. So, like 7 minutes, 5 days a week will net you much more than 35 minutes once a week.
Yeah.
I tell my Hebrew school students, read just one sentence of Hebrew every day. That's all.
Hmm.
Just do it every day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
And to say it out loud, not just in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
brilliant. Okay, Chaverot, I will let you go steep, do dishes, chop wood, carry water. We will
Crack ice.
crack
Yes.
ice. Oh, cracking ice is the best. Oh my God. Um, and we'll wrap it up next week.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A pleasure. A pleasure. Thank you.